So next question is again regarding BMAP. So read this question carefully. BMAP allows the user to transfer money to anyone with UPI enabled bank account. So this is clear cut correct statement. So all of you know that if you have your UPI account, UPI enabled account, then you can transfer money to any other UPI enabled account through mobile number or UPI ID, etc. So this is clear, but here is a trick. Okay, here is a catch in second statement. While a chip in debit card has 4 factors of authentication, BMAP has only 2 factors of authentication. Now what is catch here? That various classes or newspapers has given that UPI has 3 factors of authentication. Even Indian Express, 3 factors of authentication. But in FAQ page on NPCI website, it is mentioned that UPI is single click two-factor authentication. Remember this, go through official source. Okay, which are these 2 factors? So remember, you dial your PIN and the device ID. Okay, if you remove your SIM card and again insert it, then UPI will, or any other app, that is Phone Pay, Google Pay, will ask you to re-register. Okay, not re-register but re-verify whether this SIM is yours or not. Even if you haven't removed your SIM card, but while carrying out any transaction, your SIM card is checked. Okay, in the background. So PIN and device ID, so 2 factors. And in case of chip in debit card, there are also 2 factors of authentication. So first one is chip and second one is your PIN. So your answer becomes only 1. Okay, now another major news regarding UPI, that we have made UPI international, UPI abroad. Now you may ask that do you need to remember all these countries? So I would suggest you do remember. Okay, so which are these countries where UPI is acceptable? Sri Lanka, Mauritius, France, UAE, Nepal, Bhutan and Singapore. So UPSC may frame a question like it will give name of countries 1, 2, 3, 4 and how many of the above countries is UPI accepted. So that time this list will become useful. Okay, so user needs to enable international payment on UPI. Transaction limit is same that of a normal UPI and some forex conversion charges are applicable. Remember this. So UPSC may give you statement that no extra charges are required. So there are certain charges for your international payment. Okay, so next question is an easy question. Microfinance is the provision of financial services to people of low income groups. This includes which among the following? So remember, all these services are included: credit facilities, saving facilities, insurance, fund transfer, etc. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so on this line let's discuss. Okay, now before that there is one question regarding lead bank scheme. Okay, so what is lead bank scheme? Lead bank scheme was based upon recommendation of Gadgil study group, okay, and nursing committee. So lead bank scheme, lead bank role is to act as a consortium leader for coordinating efforts of all credit institution, and they were given a certain area to target. Okay, so you can read the description here, but what I want to highlight you the importance of PYQ. So this was PYQ asked in I think 2010 or 11. Okay, the basic aim of lead bank scheme is, okay, so what is the basic aim? So big banks should try to open offices in each district. There should be steep competition individual bank should adopt particular district. So this is the correct option. So this is a service area approach. And then in 2019 UPSC asked this question. The service area approach was implemented under the purview of, so it was lead bank scheme. So definitely solve PYQs before going to exam. These 2-4 marks will decide whether you makes to mains or not. Okay, another important question, priority sector lending constitutes. So all these are components of PSL, agriculture, micro small enterprises, weaker section, and some other items are also there. For example, recently startups are also added in it. Okay, so what is priority sector lending? You can read it here. Okay, so whatever lending bank does, certain percentage are to be lent to priority sectors. Okay, which are they? Let's see. Okay, these are priority sectors: agriculture, MSME, export credit, education, housing, social infrastructure, okay, renewable energy, etc. And here some categories are given. No need to go through such detail, just have a overlook for it. So what is important is PSL norms for various banks. Here try to remember this. Okay, what is ANBC, adjusted net bank credit? So 40% of ANBC. So for domestic scheduled commercial banks and foreign banks with 20 or more than 20 branches, we have 40% of priority sector lending, and minimum 18% is to agriculture and 8% to small and marginal farmer. Then foreign banks with less than 20 branches, 40% of ANBC, and out of 40%, 30%, 32% is for export credit. Focus on here, very important. Regional rural banks and small finance banks, 75% of PSL now. Okay, 75% of lending must be to priority sector. Now what you have to do, you have to comment in comment box what happens if banks fail to fulfill PSL norms. Okay, just comment in the comment box. So this is some important stuff regarding PSL, just go through it. Okay, then what are the facilities the beneficiaries can get from banking correspondent in branchless area? It enables the beneficiaries to draw their subsidies and social security benefit, obviously correct. It enables the beneficiaries in the rural areas to make deposits and withdrawals. So this is also correct. So both 1 and 2 are correct. So on this line, let's discuss an important scheme, that is India Post Payment Bank. So here this postmans act as a banking correspondents. Okay, so what are the facilities provided by IPPB? Account opening, deposit withdrawal, money transfer, recharge, account services. Okay, and these are some other services. What should remember? Remittance facilities there. Okay, just focus on your digital life certificate. Okay, in Marathi it is called as Hayatnama. Various Aadhaar services, domestic money transfer, IPBA POSL linkage, missed call banking, SMS banking, mobile banking. Focus on here, remittances and fund transfer. And which are the card? Virtual debit card and QR card. Okay, IPBA mainly operated to QR card. So these are important this is important information regarding IPPB. So let's move next question. Which of the following grants or grant direct credit? So focus here, direct credit assistance to rural households. So regional rural banks, obviously correct. National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development is NABARD. Does NABARD provide direct credit? No, NABARD doesn't provide direct credit, but NABARD provides indirect credit. NABARD finances these regional rural banks, land development banks, etc. And they finance to farmers or households. Land development bank also correct. So 1 and 3 correct. Okay, some important thing regarding NABARD. So NABARD is established in 1982 under Act of Parliament. So remember, NABARD has statutory backing. So this is important. Okay, and some of the subsidiaries of NABARD: NAB Kisan, NAB Samriddhi, NAB Fiance, NAB Foundation, NABCon, NAB Venture, NAB Sanrakshan. Just go through it. What are regional rural banks? They were established in 1976. Okay, and remember this pattern: shareholding 50% central bank, 35% sponsored bank, 15% state government. And the land development bank registered under Cooperative Societies Act and outside the regulation of RBI. And this aspect we already discussed in our previous video. So revise it. Okay, now another important category, that is small finance bank. Okay, what is the purpose of setting small finance bank? To supply credit to small business units. So this is a very generic statement. This cannot be incorrect. Won't it be a purpose of small finance bank? It will be. First is correct. To supply credit to small and margin farmer. Oh, this is also correct. Now read the third statement carefully. To encourage to encourage young entrepreneurs to set up business, particularly in rural area. So this is incorrect. This is not the purpose of small finance bank. So only 1 and 2 is the correct. Now focus here. Okay, a small finance bank is meant to increase financial inclusion in the country. Therefore, at least 25% branches of any small finance bank should be located in rural areas where banking services are absent. 75% loans given by small finance bank should be to priority sector, just we saw earlier. And this is the minimum capital required and some other things are there. But what you should remember, that small finance bank can lend money. Why I am telling you? Let's discuss the next question, then I will tell you. So next question is regarding payment banks. Okay, so read first one. Mobile telephone companies and supermarket chains that are owned and controlled by residents are eligible to be promoters at payment bank. This is correct. Okay, famous example is Airtel Payment Bank. Payment banks can issue both credit cards and debit cards. So here is a catch. So why I told you to remember that small finance bank can lend. So this is the reason. Remember, payment banks cannot lend. So credit card they cannot issue. And third, payment banks cannot undertake lending activity. This is correct. Okay, even if you do not have any idea, you can eliminate statement. See, there is inconsistency between second statement and third statement. Second statement says that payment banks can issue credit card, and third statement says that payment banks cannot undertake lending activities. So they are contrary to each other. So hence our answer is 1 and 3. Now here are some important points. Now you might think that if payment banks cannot lend, then how can they earn profit? So here is mentioned how they can earn profit. And remember, there is a SLR requirements of 75% of deposit for payment banks. So payment banks will purchase government securities, and through that they will earn money. Okay, profit. So this is regarding payment bank. So let's see difference between the payment bank and small finance bank. So registration is under Companies Act 2013 for both. Regulation is also same, Banking Regulation Act 1949. Now see deposit. Small finance bank can accept all kinds of deposit, but payment bank only demand deposits. Okay, no saving deposit. Lending allowed, lending not allowed. Both debit card and credit card, only debit card in case of payment bank. You can FDI up to 74%, that is same. These are the crucial differences between payment bank and small finance bank and payment bank. Okay, another important question regarding agriculture. Here I want to focus on the importance of PYQ. See, this is 2010 PYQ. In India, which of the following have highest share in disbursement of credit to agriculture? So answer is this: commercial banks, the scheduled commercial banks. Now here what is said. Okay, this question as we have already discussed in our agronomy video, I think. So that's why I am discussing it quickly. So in terms of short-term credit delivery, DCCBs deliver more credit in comparison to scheduled commercial banks. So this is incorrect. So you can eliminate this. One of the most important function of DCCB is to provide funds to primary agriculture credit society. This is obviously correct. So our answer is 2 only. Now another important point, okay, that is non-banking financial companies. Okay, so let's discuss NBFCs and let's solve the question. What are NBFCs? NBFCs form of shadow banking. Shadow banking. They have less regulations as compared to normal banks. So what are the characteristics? Let's say raise funds mainly through market based instruments. Okay, normal banks raise funds mainly through deposits, but certain NBFCs can take deposit, but majority of can't. Okay, cannot accept demand deposit, only fixed deposit. So this is important. Okay, NBFCs cannot accept demand deposit, only fixed deposits. Deposits aren't insured. Okay, CRR not applicable, but SLR is applicable only for deposit taking NBFCs. So two major points: CRR not applicable, SLR applicable, but only for deposit taking NBFC. And which deposit? Only fixed deposit. Okay, no demand deposit. And not part of payment and settlement system means what? They cannot issue check. Okay, so let's solve the question. These are important points regarding NBFCs. They cannot engage in acquisition of securities issued by government. This is incorrect, because already we saw here that SLR is applicable. So in SLR, one of the major component is government security. So obviously they can engage in acquisition of securities. They cannot accept demand deposits like saving deposit. So this is correct. So only two statement is correct. Now there is another important point regarding NBFC, that NBFCs are not a like single entity. There are various types of entity, and there is not a single regulator for it. Let's see various types of NBFCs. So first one is microfinance institutions, core investment companies, investment and credit company, infra debt fund, housing finance corporation, NBFC factors, gold loan company, etc. These are regulated by RBI. Okay, then stock broking, mutual funds, venture capital fund, SEBI. Nidhi companies, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Chit funds by state government. Okay, you might have read in newspaper that Sharda chit fund ghotala, Sharda chit fund scam in West Bengal, and majority of West Bengal ministers are involved in it. So in this way you can remember that chit funds are regulated by state government. So that's why there is a lot of corruption in the Sharda chit fund scam and West Bengal ministers. Okay, which statement is not correct? Okay, so banking ombudsman is appointed by RBI, correct. The banking ombudsman can consider complaints from NRIs having accounts in India, this is also correct. Order passed by ombudsman final and binding, so this is incorrect. There is provision of appellate authority. Service provided is free of cost, this is also correct. So C is the correct answer. Okay, and last question, in context of independent India's economy, which of the following was the earliest event to take place? Okay, UPSC generally asks such question from post independence. So be aware of important event. So here answer is enactment of Banking Regulation Act in 1949. So let's quickly have a overlook over other events. Okay. So first one is an ordinance was issued on 19 January 1956 nationalizing LIC. First 5-year plan 1951. Banking Regulation Act 1949. And SBI nationalized on 1st July 1955. Okay, so these are major news. Comment box, comment the date on which RBI nationalized, okay, Reserve Bank of India, and what was it earlier, which type of kind of company was it. Okay, so do it remember. So I hope you have understood all the concepts which I discussed. If you have any doubts, then do mention in the comment box, or you can contact us. Thank you for watching the video. Do like and share the video. All the best for examination. Hi students, myself Saurabh Shirke. I welcome you all to Loka NIS Academy. Now we are going to discuss banking related to PYQs. Okay, this is the second part. In previous video we discussed important questions. Now here our focus will be on digital initiatives. Mainly digital initiatives and other aspects. And like our every video, we will not just discuss PYQs but also important themes for upcoming examinations, for upcoming exam. So let's start our discussion. So first question is regarding Bitcoin. So some statements are given and we have to identify correct statement. Bitcoins are tracked by central banks of the countries. So this is incorrect, all of you know, because Bitcoin is based on blockchain technology. It's a decentralized one. There is no centralized authority which regulates it. So this is incorrect. Anyone with a Bitcoin address can send and receive Bitcoins from anyone else with a Bitcoin address. So this is absolutely correct. Online payments can be sent without either side knowing the identity of other. This is also correct, and this is the key feature of this Bitcoin and blockchain technology, that is anonymity. You need not to know the identity of the sender or receiver. You need to know just the address, some key details. So second and third statement is correct. First is incorrect. So 2 and 3 is the correct answer. Now we will discuss a very important key term from your upcoming exam point of view, and that is CBDC. That is nothing but central bank digital currency. So what is this central bank digital currency? See here. Okay, central bank digital currency, also known as digital rupee or e-rupee, is a central bank digital currency issued by RBI. So all of you know that RBI issues, okay, rupee notes and coins. They are legal tender, but they are in physical form. So this e-rupee is also digital legal tender, but it's in digital form. It is in digital form. So remember this. Okay, it will be held in electronically, okay, in a digital wallet overseen by RBI. So this is important. So this is digital rupee. Now some important committees. So it is based upon recommendation of Subhash Chandra Garg committee, and there is recent amendment in RBI Act 1934. Currency would mean both physical and digital currency. So this CBDC will also be considered as currency. So these are important pointers for you. Now let's quickly understand the concept of CBDC in more detail through some questions. Now you may think why there is a need of digital rupee when we have a UPI. So remember, there is a difference between e-rupee and your UPI. Okay, so UPI nothing but a platform. UPI is a platform, but this e-rupee is a digital currency. E-rupee is a digital currency. What happens in UPI? See, in UPI, what happens? You go to showroom or some store. You scan the QR code and pay through, say, Phone Pay or GPay, etc. So here is an intermediary that is known as bank. Okay, let me show you it in detail. See here, what is the difference between UPI versus CBDC? So in case of UPI, you scan QR or through number, etc. Here bank is an intermediary. Okay, bank is intermediary, and both bank, senders bank and receivers also. But in case of CBDC, there is no intermediary. Transaction happens through wallet. And this UPI is nothing but a platform. And this is digital currency. Now think you are going to a general Kirana store. So in Kirana store, if you make payment through UPI, then there is involvement of your bank, Kirana wala's bank, and there will be settlement of transaction. But assume that you go there and pay through cash. So similar is the experience with CBDC. So here you will pay the CBDC, that is digital currency, which will be in denomination of rupees, through your wallet to the shop owner's wallet. So this is the difference between CBDC and UPI. Is e-rupee same like Bitcoin? So remember, answer is no, because e-rupee guaranteed by RBI, and in case of Bitcoin there is no guarantee. For Bitcoin there is no guarantee. Is e-rupee interest bearing? No. What is the difference between CBDC and bank deposit? So remember, CBDC is liability of RBI. Okay, and your bank deposit is what? Liability of banks. This is the difference. Okay, can e-rupee be transferred directly to someone's bank account? So no, it cannot be transferred directly into bank account. It can be transferred to wallet to wallet. So these are the key points which are important from e-rupee. Now one more important thing, remember there is a difference between e-rupee and e-rupee. So this is like digital voucher for specific purpose, and this is digital currency. So these are some important things regarding e-rupee. Now let's understand some benefits of e-rupee. So what will be benefits? So low cash to GDP ratio, because instead of holding your money in bank deposit, people will have CBDC. Financial inclusion will be there. Okay, efficient cross-border payment, there is a potential of it. Low maintenance of cost for cash handling, but there are some challenges also. Interest rates on loan may increase. Why? Because see, banks lend money from our savings. Not all, but some part of it significant. But if there is a less saving, then bank will have less money. So lending cost will increase. So to cover this cost, interest rate will increase. This is the rationale behind this. This is the one of the challenge. Now another important point from your prelims perspective is, see, India is not the only country which have issued CBDC. There are various countries which have issued CBDC. So who are they? So remember, Venezuela has Petro, Tunisia e-dinar, Ecuador Sistana, China DCEP, Sweden e-krona. Okay, no need to remember all. You can remember this China's currency, DC/EP, Chinese CBDC. Okay, now another some important current news. So there is a now interoperability between CBDC and UPI. What is the meaning of it? Earlier what used to happen, there used to be two different QR code. Okay, this is UPI QR code and this is CBDC QR code. Now they are integrated. Then RBI to introduce programmability and offline functionality in CBDC pilot. So this is in pilot stage. Another important item is Project M Bridge. Okay, so Project M Bridge is a multi-CBDC common platform for wholesale cross-border payment focusing on use case of international trade. Okay, so Project M Bridge is regarding cross-border CBDC. So remember it. So this was our discussion regarding CBDC. Okay, now let's see the 2023 question. With reference to central bank digital currencies, consider following statements. It is possible to make payments in a digital currency without using US dollar or SWIFT system. Yes, it is possible. A digital currency can be distributed with a condition of program into it, such as time frame or spending it. Yes, this is also correct. So both these statements are correct. Okay, so here important keyword was mentioned. Keyword is mentioned, that is SWIFT system. What is SWIFT system? SWIFT system is a vast messaging network, not direct payment transfer system, but it is a messaging system. Okay, it is a member-owned cooperative, and who controls it? It is controlled by G10 central banks, European Central Bank and National Bank of Belgium. Why? Because it is located in Brussels. So National Bank of Belgium has also a role in it. Now another important point is alternative to SWIFT, because Russia faced sanction. So Russia come up with its own system, and that is system for transfer of financial messages. This is Russian system. Then cross-border interbank payment system. Okay, CBIPS. This is Chinese system. And in India, we have transfer systems such as structured financial messaging system. It is operated by IFTAS, Indian Financial Technology and Allied Services, and Infinite, also by same organization, and it is a wholly owned subsidiary of RBI. This is important. So remember this: system for transfer of financial messages, Russia; cross-border interbank payment system, China; and then structured financial messaging system and Infinite by IFTAS, or you can directly remember RBI, well, IFTAS is wholly owned subsidiary of RBI. Okay, so let's another important point is Vostro and Nostro. This was famous. This was in news because of the sanctions by US government. So what is Vostro and Nostro? So remember Vostro and Nostro. Ours and yours. Remember Vostro also ours and yours. So N comes first, and for us we always think selfishly. So ours. So first we, ours, Nostro, and Vostro, yours. So what is Nostro account? Suppose this is India, this is US. Okay, suppose ICICI Bank opens an account in United States, dollar denominated account. This account is Nostro account for India and Vostro account for USA. Similar way, suppose a bank in United States of America opens account in India, rupee denominated account. Now this account for USA is Nostro. For India, it is Vostro. So this is the difference between Vostro and Nostro account. So please understand it carefully. If you haven't understood it, then please pause the video and read the highlighted part, or not highlighted part, entire part carefully. See what is Vostro account? Vostro is an account the domestic bank holds in a foreign bank in domestic bank's currency. Okay, which is in case of India is a rupee. In case of trade with Russia, payments in rupee for export and import of goods will go to this Vostro account. Notice Nostro, Indian bank like SBI wants to open bank account in United States in dollar, so it is Nostro. Nostro means ours and Vostro means yours. This is the Latin meaning. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Let's move to next question. Okay, now solve this question with elimination tricks. Okay, which of the following is most likely consequence of implementing unified payment interface? Unified payment interface. See, mobile wallets will not be necessary for online payments. This sounds possible, but don't mark it immediately without reading the remaining option. Digital currency will totally replace the physical currency in about 2 decades. Okay, very vague statement, eliminate it. FDI inflows will drastically increase. So this word drastically makes the statement incorrect. Direct transfer of subsidies to poor people will become very effective. Okay, statement, if there wasn't the word very, then it would have been correct. But this very statement makes it incorrect. Remember, in UPSC you have to identify the most accurate and most appropriate option. So the most immediate benefit of having UPI is mobile wallets will not be necessary for online payment. So earlier there were various wallets, okay, Paytm wallet, Oxygen wallet, which were necessary to carry out the online transaction. But since UPI is linked to bank account, we don't need wallets. Okay, so in this way A is the correct answer. But merely discussing the question is not enough. Let's understand some important recent events in UPI. So remember, many of us have misunderstanding that UPI is only for smartphone. But now this UPI feature is also there for feature phone. So what is feature phone? The phone that we have, small phone with number etc. 1, 2, 3 etc. Okay, that is a feature phone. So UPI 123 Pay is a instant payment system for feature phone users who can use UPI in a safe and secure manner. And how can they use? So this is the description how they can use. These are various methods. So what you can do, you can pause the video and understand the process, because if I explain this process entirely, then our video's length will increase. Okay, then another important products are UPI Lite. Okay, many of you might be well versed with UPI Lite because many of us now use it frequently. So UPI Lite is like a wallet within our UPI. Okay, to process low value transaction that have been set below 500, and to carry out the transaction UPI Lite, you don't need PIN. This is the characteristic. And UPI Lite X is similar to UPI Lite, but it works without internet. This is the characteristic of UPI Lite X. And then RuPay credit card on UPI. So all of us know, okay, that RuPay, there is a linkage between UPI and RuPay credit card. Okay, so read this carefully. RuPay credit card. UPSC may give you a statement that you can link your UPI to any credit card. So will it be correct? No. Any credit card is incorrect. Only RuPay credit card. So remember this. So this is another important product. Okay. Another one is UPI credit line on UPI. So it's like a loan. Okay, this product empowers individuals and businesses to access pre-sanctioned credit lines from banks. Okay, so UPI is acting like a credit card etc. itself. And UPI One World. So what is UPI One World? UPI One World is a slice of UPI experience crafted for inbound travelers. It is a prepaid payment instrument linked to UPI provided to foreign nationals coming from G20 countries. Okay, so this is some of the important products. Okay, now NPCI. Okay, the first statement, NPCI, National Payments Corporation of India, helps in promoting financial inclusion in the country. So this is correct. NPCI has launched a Rupe card, a payment scheme. So this is also correct. So obviously correct statement. Now see, both statements are correct. So NPCI, what is NPCI? It is an initiative of RBI and IBA and is registered as a not-for-profit company. So what you can understand from this question, UPSC is checking your basic understanding regarding NPCI and some of its products which are in news. So let's discuss various products of NPCI which are frequently in news. Okay, so it is IMPS, Immediate Payment Service. So remember, IMPS is a product of NPCI, and RTGS, NEFT are products of RBI. Okay, these are also payment settlement system. Then National Automated Clearing House for settling bills in large chunk. Aadhaar enabled payment system, this we will cover separately because this is frequently in news. Then Rupe card, already discussed. National Financial Switch to smoothly carry out ATM transaction all over India. Okay, so IMPS provides robust real-time fund transfer which offers instant 24/7 interbank electronic transfer. Then National Financial Switch, ATM network having 37 members connecting about 50,000 machines. So this question was asked in 2018 prelim. Which among the following organization connects the ATM network? So answer is NPCI. NACH, National Automated Clearing House, banks, financial institution, corporate, government and government web-based solution to facilitate interbank high volume electronic transactions which are repetitive and periodic of nature. Repetitive and periodic in nature. Okay, and another important event is UPI ATM cash withdrawal. The still is not that much prevalent in India, but it is mainly available in major cities. Okay, so in future you will not need ATM withdraw your money from ATM. You will not need ATM card withdraw money. Simply with help of UPI you can withdraw the money. Okay, just I told you this AEPS is frequently in news because the Manrega payments. So Aadhaar enabled payment system is a bank led model which allows online interoperable financial inclusion transaction at point of sale machine. That is micro ATM. Again, what you need? Bank name, Aadhaar number and biometric captured during enrollments, mainly fingerprint. And what are the banking services provided by AEPS? Cash deposit, cash withdrawal, balance inquiry, mini statement, Aadhaar to Aadhaar fund transfer, authentication, BHIM, eKYC and etc. Okay, just pause the video and read this. Best finger identification. Okay, BFD is a best finger detection. Sorry, not identification but detection. Okay, the best finger of resident is one that has highest probability of matching. So how will you identify? Just mention here. So read it. And demographic authentication. So this is regarding AEPS, that is Aadhaar enabled payment system. Just pause the video and read it. Okay, so we have covered important products of NPCI.